Hello and good afternoon, ladies, and welcome to today's edition of Wise Woman Tips and Tidbits. And this is a special edition because I usually don't do these on Friday, but this week I've been talking about setting and achieving your goals, and I thought I would share with you 4 steps that you can take to set and achieve your goals easier. And in these videos, in these tips, Wise Women Tips and Tidbits, I share ideas and sacred practices you can use to shine your luminescent self, express your passionate purpose, and live and thrive on. So quite often in the past, I've had trouble achieving the goals I set for myself. But I found if I do these 4 things, I'm more successful. Hi, I'm Tora. I'm Priestess Tora Iresh'nai Moon, and I work with spiritual women aware of the goddess, the feminine divine, and who want to be self-confident, self-assured, and self-reliant. But they may struggle with feeling lost, confused, and unsure of what direction to take or what they want. They know they want more from life, but often settle for less because they feel unworthy and undeserving of having anything better. I teach and guide women to attune and embody the goddess within and the goddess without, so they can be in their divine feminine power, presence, and flow to live a more joyous, prosperous, and thriving life. So in the past, I've had a really hard time achieving the goals I set for myself. Almost to the point I refused to set goals because I knew I wouldn't meet them. And when I did set a goal, I wouldn't meet it, and then I'd beat myself up. I'd call myself lazy, good for nothing, I'd criticize myself, and then I'd feel awful. To where it was almost not worth it to set a goal. And then I wouldn't be doing anything, and then I'd really feel lazy and good for nothing. And part of that, as I looked at what was going on, I realized there was an element of me feeling like I didn't deserve to reach my goals. That I wasn't worthy. Yeah. And sometimes I'd even try, one of the things I tried to do that didn't work was I'd call them anything but a goal. I'd say I was setting intentions, or I'd look at tasks and projects, but never use the word goal because that word goal had such a negative connotation for me. And even doing those things, I still wouldn't achieve my goals. Nothing would get done. And I knew that I could achieve goals because if someone else gave me a deadline or a goal to reach, like when I was a CPA and doing financial statements, we'd have deadlines to get those financial statements filed with the SEC. I'd break my butt getting those done. I'd stay up 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and then get up at 8 just to make sure I met those goals. I'd do whatever it would take because I didn't want to disappoint them. I didn't want to make them lose trust in me. But if it was a deadline or a goal that I set for myself, really? That was so easy for me to set aside, to forget about, and not meet. Because it didn't matter if I disappointed myself. Because really, I didn't feel like I was worth it. And it didn't hurt to disappoint myself. How many of you can relate to this? Give me a thumbs up, or say yes in the comments, or give me an emoji. Quite often, the reason I didn't reach my goals wasn't because I was lazy or I didn't put in the work, because I did. It was because I was looking at the final outcome and everything I had to do to reach it. I would see all these steps I had to do, 10, 20 different steps, and it became that huge elephant and one that I couldn't possibly achieve or reach. And when that happened, I'd fall into overwhelm. And once in overwhelm, I was done. Forget it. I'd give up. There was just simply too much to do. And my mind would be in this swirl of overwhelm, and I would literally shut down and do everything to forget about it. Do the escapes. For me, escape is reading, go to lunch, write something else, whatever. I don't know if you can relate. If you can, put a yes in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, an emoji, a heart. If you can relate to this. So what happened? Why can I now achieve my goals when I couldn't in the past? There are 4 things that I did. The first thing I did was I've done a lot of self-esteem and self-confidence work. A lot. I've done that inner work to know myself better, and I'm still doing it. It's still in the process. And I'm more comfortable with myself and in my own skin and my abilities and what I can do. Now I believe in myself and know that I deserve to achieve my goals. Disappointing myself now is just as bad as disappointing somebody else. I don't want to do it. Step number 2. The second thing that I did was I broke my goals down into small, bite-sized tasks. That old joke about, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. That's how you reach your goals, especially when they're big goals, is you break it into bite-sized, small tasks that are easily achievable. And so I'd focus just on the task at hand, not the entire project. And when I do that, it keeps me from overwhelm. Like right now, I'm working on a really big project, creating a program for you on working with goddess archetypes. And those goddess archetypes are like your soul's blueprint. And if I look at all the steps and tasks that I need to do to finish this project, I go into overwhelm that fast because there's a lot. There's a lot of parts and pieces to this project. But if I focus on just one thing, I'm able to finish just that part of the project. For example, in this project, the one thing that I'm focusing on and I'm working on is just connecting with those archetypes and with the goddesses that are related to those archetypes, and writing the guides for each of those 12 archetypes. And then I can look at my next step because I'm almost finished with that one, and so my next step is to write the assessment so you can find out what your goddess archetype is. It'll be so fun. I can't wait to share this with you when I get it done. And that leads to step 3 of what I do. And that's celebrating the little successes and not waiting until the whole big project is finished to celebrate. I can celebrate getting little pieces done and getting those and succeeding and finishing those little tasks because I know I'm making steps forward in achieving my big goal. So, as I mentioned, there are 12 goddess archetype guides that I'm writing. And each time I finish one, I celebrate. And that celebration can be really big. Go out to lunch, go out to dinner. If you like champagne, buy a bottle of champagne. Or it can be small. So one of the small things that I've done with this project and in this section of the project is my celebration is a woohoo! One more done. I did it. I got one more done. And it's an acknowledgement. Even doing that is an acknowledgement that I'm moving forward, that I'm making progress. So yesterday afternoon, my celebration was, yay! 11 of these guys are done and only one more to do. And that one's almost done. So I'll be doing some celebration later on this evening and this afternoon. And that will be even a bigger celebration because I'll have that step in that overall project done. And I can move on to the next step. And that right there is a great celebration. And the fourth thing that I've done that helps me in achieving my goals is I have a couple of friends and coaching buddies who keep me accountable. They keep asking me about my progress and where I am on my project. And when I haven't made as much progress as I promised or thought I would, they hold me accountable and make me explain why. And then when I'm explaining, that explanation sounds like exactly what they are: excuses and procrastination. And they call me on it. And when I'm working with my coaching buddies or with a coach, I feel bad about disappointing them and not living up to my promise that I told them I would get something done on a certain time and a certain time frame. And that's out of integrity for me when I can't do that. And integrity is really one of my guiding core values. So when I'm out of integrity, it really feels awful. And this helps me to make sure I get done what I said I would do. Plus, my coaches and buddies help me celebrate my little accomplishments, as well as achieving my big goals. So, in recap, the 4 steps to achieving your goals are: number 1, believe in yourself and know you deserve to achieve your goal and that you're worth it, because, my sister, you are. Number 2, break the goal into bite-sized chunks and smaller tasks. This helps avoid overwhelm. And if you're like me, overwhelm just shuts you down. So you want to avoid that overwhelm so you can keep moving forward. Step number 3, celebrate the little successes you have and acknowledge the steps that you're taking that move you forward. And step number 4, and this was really important for me, get an accountability buddy or a coach to keep you on track and to celebrate with you. If you take these 4 steps, you can accomplish your goals and dreams. It's a process. There are times when I still don't meet my internal deadlines. Sometimes that's because I'm being too aggressive in what I think I can achieve in the time frame I've given myself. This is where my coaches come in and where they're really valuable. They help me see where I'm being unrealistic. And they also encourage me that I'm worth it and my goals and my dreams are worth achieving. Having someone to celebrate with and be accountable to can make the process of setting and achieving your goals and dreams easier. Not to mention a whole lot more fun. I would love to help you celebrate your successes along the way of achieving your goals and dreams to express your passionate purpose. In my Embody the Goddess Within coaching and mentoring program, we'll examine or discover your passionate purpose and how you can live it. And as part of that, we'll set goals and celebrate achieving them. If you'd like to find out more about the Embody the Goddess Within coaching program, you can visit my website at wisewomanalchemy.com, and I will put and look for sacred offerings, and I will put the direct link to the page about the program in the comments, or you can direct message me if you would like more information, because I would really love to see you succeed in your dreams and reaching your goals and shining your luminescent light. So thank you. Thank you for being here and watching this. Thank you for being part of my community. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching this, whether it's live or the replay, just hit in the comments, say hello, and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to see and say hello back to you. And I hope these steps help you in achieving your goals easier and have a little bit more fun doing it as well. Blessings. May you dance with the goddess in love and joy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.